Two,
Hello,
one.
everyone. Welcome back to the Vulture Culture Podcast, the podcast where you can travel multiverses and still get the same shit, but on a different day. I am here with my two co-hosts, Sirplayalot and RoxyReviews. Welcome, you two.
I
Hello.
We we
I hate this movie.
we got a lot to talk about with the movie, but before we get into the movie, I want to ask you two something. How are y'all doing today?
All right.
Bad because I rewatched this movie.
Oh, come on. Other than the
I
movie.
didn't rewatch it.
Oh.
I didn't rewatch it, but I did suffer through the first day back in school.
Yeah, so basically you got the exact same experience. Alright, well,
Yeah,
my day was
except
no
now
like
with
it.
more self-loathing, which is always a pair between me and school. Self-loathing, the dynamic trio.
Well, hopefully today's episode makes you feel better.
It won't.
Hey, you don't know. Maybe he'll enjoy me getting mad. I don't know. Today, ladies and germs, is a very special episode of the Vulture Culture Podcast. And special as in, this is something we all agree fucking sucks.
And this is sadly the first solo MCU movie we're doing.
Yeah, what a great one to start with, too. We are, of course, talking about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which is a 2022 American superhero film based on Marvel Comics featuring the character Doctor Strange, produced by Marvel Studios and distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures. It is the sequel to the original Doctor Strange in 2016 and the 28th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. The film was directed by Sam Raimi, written by Michael Waldron, and stars Benedict Cumberbatch as Stephen Strange, along with Elizabeth Olsen, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Benedict Wong, I'm sorry I can't pronounce that name, Miss Gomez, Michael Stolberg, sorry, and Rachel McAdams. In the film Strange Must Protect American Chavez, who's played by Miss Gomez, a teenager capable of traveling the multiverse from the Scarlet Witch, played by Elizabeth Olsen. I have been very excited to talk about this movie. So excited in the fact that I wanted to bump it up really high onto our list. And we had to bump back X2, X-Men United, a really good movie, for this one. And that was my choice, by the way. It's nobody's fault that we're doing that. So anyway,
Okay, I just want to say, going into this, I knew that this movie was already on my top 10 worst movies. I think it's on my top 5 now that I rewatched it for this video.
yeah, this movie is not good. And we'll get into why. But before we get into why this movie's bad, I want to quickly ask everybody here, have any of you seen, okay, let's just ask this. What do you think of Phase 4 as a whole, and have you seen the vast majority of the products? I'll start with Roxy, then we'll go to Sir, then we'll go to me. So, Roxy, go ahead.
Okay, so I've seen some of the stuff in Phase 4. The whole TV show thing I did not like. I did not like that they did that because the shows take up several hours and suck and are boring, and I didn't like that. And even the movies I didn't like, with Doctor Strange 2 being the pinnacle of that.
Did you like, question, what did you think of Spider-Man No Way Home? I feel like that's what
I
everybody...
liked it at the time, but now I'm just like, really?
You're not that all interested?
Yeah, not really.
But would you say it's a bad movie? Or do you think it's just okay?
I think it's an incredibly forced movie, but whether or not I call it bad, I don't know.
Okay. Did you watch Wakanda
Is that fair?
Yeah, did you watch Wakanda Forever?
No.
Really? That's, kind of shocking. Okay, well, not really.
Why? I didn't care for the original Black Panther.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know that you didn't care for the original. Okay, one last question.
I did not care for Black Panther.
Okay. Before we move on to Sir, one last movie I think we should ask. Did you watch Thor: Love and Thunder?
Yeah.
Okay. We all know how you feel about that movie. All right, Sir. What about
Okay,
you?
no, you already know the answer to that. We recorded the worst villains episode already.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's a
Thor
super.
wasn't on my list, but I was still able to talk about him.
Anyways, well, we won't get into that. Okay, Sir, your go. Have you
All right.
seen any Phase 4 movies?
Let's see. I'll go through each of them one by one since I have a list pulled up. WandaVision I liked at first, but it only got worse the more I thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
I skipped Falcon and Winter Soldier. Only saw the first 2.5 episodes of Loki. Only saw the first few minutes of Black Widow. Shang-Chi was whatever. Eternals was a snooze fest. I barely remember anything about Hawkeye. I kind of liked Spider-Man No Way Home. I skipped Moon Knight. We'll get to Multiverse of Madness. I saw the first episode of Miss Marvel. I hate Thor: Love and Thunder. I don't remember anything from I Am Groot.
No, It's not really important.
She-Hulk I hated. Skipped Werewolf by Night, Wakanda Forever, and the Guardians Holiday Special.
Oh, that's a shame.
So yeah, I didn't.
Oh, sorry.
Only saw like 10 out of 17 of the list, according to Letterboxd.
Oh, well. Is it weird?
Overall, Phase 4 is from what I've seen, is a mixed bag that really brought down the current state of the MCU.
Is it weird?
Why people say it sucks now.
Is it weird that I keep lumping in Spider-Man: Far From Home with Phase 4? It's such a little shit. I hate it. Maybe when we do Spider-Month we'll talk about it, but that's neither here nor there. I watched WandaVision. I watched a little bit of Loki, never really got into it. I didn't really care for WandaVision either. And that's kind of where I stopped with the shows, aside one that I'll cover in a minute. Fuck, I'm trying to think of all of them. Like, I know you just listed them out, but,
Here, look at the list I sent you
okay.
in chat.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. Let me look at this real quick. This will help me real quick. Yep, didn't really care for... Oh, yeah, didn't like Black Widow. Thought it was very stupid. Shang-Chi...
Oh my god, I forgot about Black Widow.
Shang-Chi and Eternals, I slept through both of them. I did not really care for
It's
either.
Black Widow, the movie with a villain who's so stinky, the protagonist can't fight him.
I watched a little bit of Hawkeye, only just to see Kingpin. I liked Spider-Man No Way Home. I think it's the second best MCU Spider-Man movie. I didn't watch Moon Knight. We're not going to talk about Doctor Strange yet. Didn't watch Miss Marvel. I only know of her from Marvel's Avengers, the video game. Watched a little bit of... no, actually, I did watch all of Thor: Love and Thunder. Fucking shit movie. I seen a little bit of I Am Groot. I watched all of She-Hulk and fucking hated it. Because I wanted to see if I could... see if everybody was right about that movie. Everybody was, pretty much. I watched Werewolf by Night, and I actually really liked that movie. I can't really remember too much from Wakanda Forever, and I watched the Guardians Holiday Special last Christmas, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, this phase has... I would say this phase is probably the worst phase of the MCU. Like, because Phase 5, it felt like it brought everything back full circle to where it's actually starting to get good again. And we will talk about a Phase 4 movie, or sorry, a Phase 5 movie at some point. And Phase 6 is already kicking off to a good start with Fantastic Four First Steps. But man, Phase 4 fucking sucked. I don't care what anybody says. They could lie all they want.
You can even if you didn't, you at least totally understand why I gave up on the franchise, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I
I
mean,
understand. It's fully understandable.
yeah, Phase 4 was a shit show. I think Phase 4 was the one that made everybody just kind of go, okay, so they lost their charm. They lost the secret sauce, you know? Like, they didn't do anything good with this franchise
The
afterwards.
very appendant with the TV shows that they cared more about quantity over quality at this point.
It felt like doing homework.
Yeah, and like, that's kind of what made Phase 5 kinda, and um, Phase 4 so good, was the fact it didn't feel like you needed to watch 3 billion fucking things to understand it. You could just watch the actual products, like the movies, and kind of understand everything, aside Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts, I don't know why many people are like, oh, but you don't need to really watch any of the TV shows to understand Thunderbolts. Oh yeah, hey guys, you know who James Walker is?
No.
Yeah, he's from fucking Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You wanna know where Elena was? You wanna know what Elena was doing before she became a Thunderbolts character? Watch Black Widow. You wanna know who the Red Guardian fucking was? Go watch Black Widow. See the problem here?
Who's the red? Oh, was he like that?
It was Hopper.
Yeah, he was the fat, like washed up Captain America parody.
Yep.
Wasn't he?
Yeah. And I don't care for Thunderbolts. You know, many people say I should, but I don't. Okay, so to move on from that, before we get into this review, I'm going to ask you another question. What did we all think of the first Doctor Strange? I really liked it. So I want to know how you all feel.
Starting with
Roxy. Starting with Roxy. Sorry.
I've only seen it once. I thought it was okay.
What about you, sir?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty good.
I think it's one of the best Marvel movies. I think the tone was right. The characters were pretty well written. Case Helios and Dormammu were really good villains. And the movie itself was just a fun trip.
Especially the climax was really excellent for the MCU.
Mm-hmm. And they didn't have to fight a big fucking robot at the end. But hey, you know, they want to keep doing that, but whatever. Alright. I think it's time that we stop being so skittish.
Not being funny. I think
I just
he did scare her apparently. Just
I just
sending her moms off.
Tiny B on your hand in the thumbnail because that'd be really funny.
Just
It's kind of like
what a tragic backstory. The B just I forgot who said this specifically, but someone reacting to his movie was like, "That's like the type of shit that South Park would make up as a joke."
Well,
so like it's like a Family Guy cutaway. Honestly, is what that scene feels like.
all right. So I'm gonna have this structured differently from how we normally do our episodes, because normally what we do is we go, so this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then we
like plot, characters, visuals, that type of thing.
Yeah, we're not doing that this time around, ladies and germs. Rather, we are going knees deep and going over it plot point by plot point. Mind you, we're not going to stick here for a couple hours. We're going to still try to rush through it, but we are doing that. We're going to go over how the characters are written during, like, what point of the movie we will be in. So basically, throughout this experience, we're going to be covering a lot of ground. And we're not, like, there's going to be a lot to go over, and there's a lot of things that we are probably going to miss. But please know, we are only human after all. So, before we get started, I'm not going to ask you guys for your first experience. We all already know how we feel. So, without further ado, let's talk about Multiverse of Madness. Starting with the
Multiverse of badness.
Starting with the very opening. Meaning, we're talking about when Doctor Strange, like, when we see American Chavez all the way down to, like, the wedding. I want to know how you all feel about American Chavez, because this is her debut in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I want to know. Does she make a first good impression? No. But, what do you guys think?
It's an alright first impression.
She's
I mean, not terrible, but...
She's annoying as shit.
When she first appeared, and she just would not stop screaming, which I get it, there's a big alien after her. But, like, you have Doctor Strange. And Doctor Strange has magical abilities. That fucking squid thing should have not have been as big of an issue as it was. That thing was fucking...
Dude, and also, don't forget, when he's literally struggling to fight the thing and keep it in place, she just stands there just like...
Yeah.
Really?
At least
What were you gonna say, sir?
yeah, apparently not every Strange is a good Strange. He deliberately tries to take America's powers, knowing that it will kill her. But thankfully, he gets stabbed in the back for it, as he should.
I guess just...
Sacrifices must be made.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, you mean sacrifice of you?
And
Yeah! I want to be sacrificed!
I hate the fact that
Send me to hell! So I made join in the demonic harem.
I hate how this movie, all it does is it's just big scary monster in the beginning, chasing her down, and then Strange wakes up. Like, that's how the movie goes.
And also, there's just another big scary monster completely separate for whatever reason.
We'll go over that character.
Not even
why that Wanda's been sending those
thing.
monsters after her.
Mm-hmm. Like,
yeah,
it's ridiculous, man. This movie's ridiculous. How do you not deal with the gigantic mummy after her? That's too much of a problem. And then next time when we see American Chavez, she's in the quote unquote sacred timeline. I hate that fucking name, but in the sacred timeline, she's running down the streets while fucking this big starfish character is chasing after him. Like, what the fuck? Like, where did he come from?
An octopus.
Actually, there's a name for this character, but we'll go over that here in a minute.
Isn't it the guy from Marvel vs. Capcom, like Shigori Gorath or something?
Shumagorath? No, it's not him. It's Gargantus.
Don't worry, we'll go over that in a minute. I have a spot written down for that, but I want to talk about the wedding, because this is where we get to kind of get a little bit more inside of the blip. If you don't remember, the blip.
Yeah, that's one of my the few scenes in WandaVision I still think holds up is when Monica Rambeau like wakes up and from the blip and everyone's panicking in the hospital. It's like that was so well executed, unlike anything in this movie.
Yeah, because in this movie all they do is they briefly mention it, and then I think Spider-Man No Way Home did it first, so it's not even unique to this movie. But we now know that Wong is Sorcerer Supreme. So, yay!
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. The only way how he got it is literally the exact same way how people who disqualify from competitions get their participation trophies. Or like how they get first place. It's like the other guy disqualified, here's your trophy. Like, what the fuck? There wasn't even a competition. But whatever, I guess.
That was a horrible Doofenshmirtz impression. What the fuck was I on there? I was trying to do a Doofenshmirtz impression, but I just ended up sounding like Albert Einstein.
So, the woman who... Or not the woman. No, it is the woman. Who's getting married is... Fuck, what's her name? Damn it! Why did I forget her name? Roxy, what's the name of the woman getting married? Isn't it the same one we see later in the movie?
Catherine?
Yeah, we'll just call her Catherine. Even if that ain't right, we'll just call her Catherine.
That isn't right. It's literally not worth our time to look it up.
Yep, it's not worth our time. She's a fucking shit character. Anyways, so Catherine's getting married, and Doctor Strange is invited, and he's like, "Oh, I really love you," and she's like, "Yeah." And then they hear like death and destruction, and he's like, "Hold on, guys," and then he leaves like fucking Clark Kent, fucking jumps out of a building, and he's like, "Later, bitches."
Da, 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 da,
Yeah.
da, da, da.
Like that's how he leaves. He's like, "Oh, I need a moment," and then he just walks away, and then and then he transforms into his big superhero costume and whoosh, off into the distance to fight this big ass octopus creature. Which, by the way, this big octopus creature. Do you want to know a little bit of history on why this character isn't called or whatever the fuck his name was from Marvel vs. Capcom? Shimagora? Well,
Yeah.
hold on. I will tell you why it is not called Shimagora. It's because Marvel couldn't keep their fucking rights to the character. So, the copyright went out, and I think people were able to, like, use it. So they couldn't use it. So, that's why. And I find that so fucking funny that you would think these people would try
So that means that the two characters who come to mind that Marvel can't keep the rights onto are Spider-Man and fucking the Beholder.
Exactly. And it's so fucking funny to think about that too, because he comes in only to be a reference. I remember seeing him on like trailers to this movie, thinking he was going to be like a big
So who
deal.
who actually is Shumagorath anyway? What does Shumagorath even do as a character? I'm not familiar with this person.
I think he's like the god of chaos. I'm not too sure.
I don't remember, nor does it really matter, because Marvel doesn't even adapt him, I guess, correctly, because all he is just one gigantic scary monster. Maybe that's all he is. Who knows? Who cares? This character sucks, and he dies, so it doesn't even matter. And he dies.
And he gets impaled through the eye.
Yeah, and then gives it.
And they add the most like cartoonish fucking suction cup ass pop sound when his eye gets removed.
Exactly. And like basically, this is how Strange meets America Chavez. And basically, from what I can recall, because this movie fades from my mind aside the really annoying shit, it's the fact that when we see them talking, they talk about the multiverse and how she can traverse through it, but she doesn't know how. And they're like, well, so you can't travel through the multiverse, but apparently she's done it so many times that she understands that when she goes to another universe, that she has to be, that like, oh, I can't assume anything, because I don't know what these multiverses.
She doesn't understand that, because as soon as she says it, she literally just fucking assumes something immediately, right afterward.
Exactly, and it's fucking stupid. Again, I don't get what was going through their minds when writing this, because like it feels like everything they do is always like a contradictory to everything else. Like it's always a contradiction there, a contradiction there. Like it feels.
Like, did none of the writers work together on this?
I don't think so.
Like, what the hell happened?
I don't.
Why are there so many
Was there a
contradictions in this
strike going on while this was made?
What? What did you say, Roxy? No, like
was there a strike going on when this movie was made?
I don't think so. I genuinely do not think so. It was 2022. So I think it was like before the writer's strike, because I think that was 2023 or 2024. Because that's what got Stranger Things pushed
I believe it was
back.
2023, yeah.
So, they have no excuse on that end. And then we get to reuniting with Wanda. And I know a lot of people like Wanda, but she's such a fucking bitch in this movie. I fucking hate her.
Wow.
I don't like her. All she does is she's like, guys, my children. Dude. The ones that she enslaved an entire town for, by the way. Oh, what are you?
Yeah, she's like, these children who are fucking OCs for the real world are are not real. Wow.
Wah, wah,
Hey,
wah.
Wanda, how about this? How about you fucking go adopt some kids or get pregnant? Or if you're gonna go to the universe, that's the solution. Go to one where their mom is already dead.
Here, no. Here's a better
Yeah,
fucking thing.
exactly.
Go on fucking Tinder. Jesus Christ. Just do something else other than.
Imagine if the plot of the movie was actually Doctor Strange trying to get Wanda laid,
Yeah,
so she wouldn't do
it would have been
this.
a better movie than whatever the fuck this was. Oh my god. And you know what makes it even better? It's about to get so much worse. But, like, you know, I don't even think Strange should have been the one to talk to Wanda anyways. Because, yeah, they kind of set up that Strange lost someone. But, like, he didn't lose someone because of the blip. He lost someone because they were getting married to someone else. He got cucked. Who cares? You know who would have been a really perfect character?
Yeah, Doctor Incel in the multiverse of womanizing.
Oh my god.
No. What I was gonna say was the fact that this movie, like, had like the perfect character they could have used who had someone die, and it was fucking. Oh my god, why did I almost forget his name? It was fucking
Wanda.
Hawkeye. No,
Because
Hawkeye.
Vision.
Like for Wanda, Hawkeye.
Oh,
Because Hawkeye literally lost like his best friend. Like, yeah, it's not the exact same thing, but like,
and his family.
yeah. Like, for a moment, yeah, they came back, but still, it was probably still traumatizing. Why in the world would you never...
Okay, but
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
even Peter Parker could just come in and be like, "Hey, man, I lost my father figure."
To be fair, I think what they're trying to do with Spider-Man is that he's not in the universe anymore because they forgot who he was.
No, Doctor Strange literally mentions him to America.
Yeah, but, like, he doesn't mention that he's Peter Parker. He doesn't remember that. He doesn't remember that he's Peter Parker. Like, that's the entire point. Oh! Yeah! Hold on! Wait! You just reminded me of something. How the fuck does she not know who Spider-Man is? How do you not stumble across You stumbled across multiple universes with multiple Doctor Strange, but yet not
They
one
literally
fucking Spider-Man?
they've made multiple movies about how there are a ton of Spider-Mans.
Exactly!
Spider-Man.
How the fuck is it
No,
not?
okay, you know what? I'll accept that by sheer coincidence she happened to not run into a Spider-Man. Whatever. But also, why the fuck did she just assume, oh, well, the food in this universe must be free?
So stupid. Sir, I notice you haven't talked much. Do you want to say anything?
I was trying to plug my laptop in.
Oh, you're good. Okay.
Alright, what topic are we on?
We were talking about how American Chavez doesn't know who a fucking Spider-Man is, but, like, just any part of, like, the opening that you have any issues with. Like,
Yeah.
go ahead.
We're opening all the way to the meeting? Like when they're in the diner?
Like, where they're at the diner, yeah, and, like, you can also bring up
Okay.
like, Wanda stuff if you want.
Well, we'll bring it up later, Wanda's
Okay.
stuff.
Okay.
But, yeah, I think it definitely has some issues, like, why doesn't he keep using the freeze spell? You could have done that the whole time if you really dig into it, but
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, it's a bit clumsy, but alright. I mean, this is
I kind
before...
of like the idea. Sorry.
Yeah, and I mean, it's definitely better compared to the rest of the movie, but hey, at least we get introduced to America Chavez. She's a fine character,
I
at least in my opinion. I don't know. Now, let's get to the rest of the movie.
Okay, to go...
That's where we really start tearing into it.
Anyways, to go along with this, there is a moment in the movie where we get to, like, they get to, what is the place called? I keep forgetting the damn name, with all the fucking sorcerers who are like.
Hang on, I got
I
the
almost said
Marvel
the
wiki
Taj
up.
Mahal by accident.
I got the Marvel wiki pulled up. Hang on.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
It's the Karmar
Kamatage.
Cha.
Kamatage. Yep.
Karmar. I don't know. How do you pronounce this?
Karmatage. Carmeltage. That's how I pronounce
Okay.
it. So they go there, and they're like, "Alright, guys, don't worry, we'll be safe here." And then fucking Wanda just shows up and is like, "Sup, bitches?" And then like fucking wrecks hell.
Like, oh boy, we need to put up a shield so Wanda's magic can't get to us, and then it does anyway. Somehow.
Gets through them mentally. Like what? Does it only protect against
What's the point
physical
of
attacks
the shield then?
not mental ones?
Like,
so what's the point of the shield if it can't protect against both types of magic?
Exactly. Why would it? Why wouldn't it do? Why wouldn't it protect against everything? It's a magic fucking force field, you idiots. But whatever, you know, just don't think about it, guys. Just really don't think about it.
You just don't think about it, Morty.
Also, what makes it even...
And just don't think about it. Just like don't think about to why, even though she can escape the mirror dimension and pull people through puddles, there are people standing on puddles knowing this.
Oh yeah, they'll be fine, right?
Why is there even water all over the room anyway?
Yeah, why is there suddenly water all over the room? Janitor, why do you fail your job?
Janitor, come back here! What are you doing?
And then we do see her escape through the gong, I think, and immediately it is very creepy looking with all the snapped bones and twitch, like...
Yeah.
No, you know what would be cooler? Imagine if she was able to escape using the reflections in one of the characters' eyes.
Oh, that would actually be creepy.
Scary.
And yeah, if only Sam Raimi was allowed to do more of that cool stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of whatever.
Yeah, whatever the fuck this was, right? But not only that, whenever like they attack the Kamatage, like, you know, I'm just saying, if I had like an army of magic users, my first instinct would be, guys, grab your bows and arrows and just start firing at her. You know, maybe that's not the best idea. maybe
people have magic.
It's like
bows and arrows.
It's like in like Wakanda, they have spears that literally shoot lasers, and then they're like, all right, guys, charge. Like, what the fuck? Some of you guys have lasers. Lasers! Things that, you know, project so you don't have to get so fucking close, you idiot! Or better yet, you, in like Avengers Endgame, when they all charge at each other. Some of you guys can fly! Why would you need to rush down there? Like, I get it, some of you fly over there.
Also, shouldn't Ant-Man not have even been able to stomp some of Thanos' minions anyway?
What was it? What'd you say?
Because the whole mask thing.
Yeah, we see him stomp the big Hulk guy. I forgot his name.
The big Hulk guy, Cobblestone? No, Obsidian. Obsidian's his name.
Obsidian, yeah, Ant-Man stomped him in Endgame.
Yeah, and he just kept walking like it was no big deal. Okay. So, shall we now get into the big part of this movie, where they travel through the multiverse?
Oh, you mean the part that lasts like 50 seconds?
Actually, 2 universes.
You mean the part that lasts like 50 seconds?
Yeah, you know.
And all those cool visuals we could have traveled to. Nah, that's too expensive.
Look at all these cool dimensions that could have been in this movie.
Now instead we get pizza balls and red light means go. Creative.
No, so once again, it feels like, imagine making a multiverse movie and the fucking dimensions you decide to explore are just like the least interesting possible alternate dimensions. Wow, exactly. Aren't we so quirky? Traffic lights are reversed. That's it.
That's the entire idea of multiversal
travel.
It.
That's the only. That was just a bunch of cheap power swap.
Yeah.
Marvel betrayed us!
You know, I wonder if they could have like had the idea of like them going to other Marvel universes. Like I made the joke like it would have been kind of cool if like he went to like a really dark world and it was like based off of Punisher Warzone or something, or like they went to like a very like campy looking place based off like the early Captain America movies. They could have done something cool like that, but no. Instead, we got to keep doing the silly, wacky. Oh no, the space balls. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I don't. It's like
Don't bring up Spaceballs in this episode. That movie is too good
Yeah, you're
to
right.
be
You're right.
referenced here.
I was also going to bring up another thing. Why in the world? Like, this is almost akin to like the Flash's only difference in his movie is like Kevin Bacon plays someone in like the actor for Marty McFly is swapped with someone else. And that's it. That's the only change. Aside like a few other small other bullshit changes. Actually, how did the Flash have a better multiverse idea than fucking Multiverse of Madness? Multiverse is in the fucking name and we only get to see like a couple. Like what the fuck is this? Alright. So basically they traverse around here and then someone's like, "Hey, did you steal that cloak from somewhere?" And they're like, no, this is my cloak. And then they get into an argument, ending in the guy getting knocked out because he believed in something that just wasn't true. But still, what the fuck? You still knocked out just a random guy. He believed you did something wrong. Why can't you?
You know, he gets punched. He ends up punching himself for a week.
Dude, no, 3 weeks. Doctor Strange sentenced this guy to 3 weeks of torment just because he didn't want to get robbed.
Like, Jesus, man. And, like, that guy could have died. Hopefully nothing bad happened to him.
And yeah, hopefully not. And I was about to mention they get to the Sanctum Sanctorum, but no, we instead get one of the laziest bits of exposition ever. Just stand on the pads and it'll scan your memories without consent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like, so they go, oh, look, it's at a discount price now in the ad. I'm sorry, you're fucking scanning memories for free. Doctor Strange in America didn't have to pay.
You're displaying them for people in public to see. They get to see American Detective the bee stinging her, just landing on her, and that's enough to get her mom's lost in the multiverse.
Yeah, what
That's why. Also, she fell through the same portal as her mom. Shouldn't she be in the same location?
No.
Yeah, I don't.
She got scared, you know? I mean...
Why does she even have these powers?
Also,
how the fuck is she the only version of herself in the entire multiverse? That is a statistical impossibility, as literally proven by the MCU's explanation of the multiverse as being a bunch of different timelines of the same dimension.
Exactly, like that.
Therefore,
bring that up.
And they said, oh, and Loki literally explained, it's like, oh look, it splits off if you make a decision that's different from what another version of you did. So does that mean that nobody in America's timeline after she was born made any different decisions than they possibly could have?
There's like
what the fuck?
There's like
is she in a universe of NPCs?
I was about to say there is no fucking way that's the case because like it can be
when her moms don't get a single line. Remember correctly?
And you know, okay, you know what? Here's a better question: how the fuck did like the TVA not get on top of this? If they would have found out that there is a girl who is traveling the multiverse, which is a big no-no, how in the world did they not just catch up with her and then arrest her and then prune her?
Well, did Loki already destroy what the TVA was at that point? Or I'm confused. I didn't see Loki season 2. I don't want to fucking subject myself to torture. I've already played FNAF Security Breach to the point where I actually enjoyed trying to speedrun that game. I'm not gonna try. I can't speedrun the Loki show.
Hold on.
I quit it. Like I said, I watched like the first 2.5 episodes, and then I was like, "Fuck this," and went back to playing Puyo Tetris.
Yo, I have that game as well.
Hold on. Here's Reddit.
Reddit? What?
Literally. Okay, so someone asked. I've never seen anyone talk about this, which was weird. I was rewatching Multiverse of Madness. I realized that the TVA never cared, or at least acknowledged the fact that a 14-year-old girl was traveling through the multiverse, even though they are meant to protect. My only theory on why they haven't is because she's a Nexus being, but I don't really know if someone could explain. Nothing she did resulted in a Kang variant. How the fuck does that not result in a Kang variant? None of the Kangs tried getting her? I don't know, man. If I was a Kang and I saw someone traveling through the multiverse, I'd probably want to kidnap her. There's no fucking way! There's no fucking way a Kang variant didn't spawn from someone traveling through the fucking multiverse. That's just not possible. That's impossible, to say the least. And we're not even to the point where I should be very fucking pissed off yet. I'm pissed off right now because it doesn't make a lick of fucking sense that fucking American Chavez didn't get caught by the TVA. It didn't result in a Kang variant.
Can we also talk about the fact that the dialogue in this movie is so forced in a way just to try to make lines that the writers clearly thought would sound cool? Where it's just like, Black Bolt can destroy you with one word from his mouth.
We'll get to that later.
We'll get to that later.
Right now, I think I forgot. Does this scene happen afterwards?
You need to protect me when they come for me.
They mean
who's they? The souls of the damned. Why wouldn't you just say you need to protect me when the souls of the damned try to attack me?
Okay, I got. Isn't this now where they meet Mordo? I believe so, right?
Oh, I was going to get to the other scene where we get back to Wong, the destroyed.
Yeah.
And the destroyed temple.
Yeah.
And for this, for the Darkhold, this book of infinite dark magic, probably as strong as the Infinity Stones. All it requires is the tiny ass knife to destroy.
Oh yeah, and it also kills you for some reason.
Borderline feels like a parody of an MCU movie rather than real MCU movie.
It's literally the fucking diary from Chamber of Secrets.
It's like, wow. Hey, hey, you want to know something? My fucking
no, literally. Think about it. So the diary in Chamber of Secrets possesses whoever finds it, and it also has to be destroyed by getting stabbed.
Like how does a strong how does okay, it's like if the Infinity Stones were destroyed because someone put them in a blender. Like what? Come on, man. You couldn't think of anything more creative for how she could have gotten it? Why
couldn't a person use the magic that Doctor Strange, the other version of Doctor Strange, the version with the bad haircut, did, where he sort of made it so the gravity compressed the monster in on itself, almost like a black hole? Why didn't they have somebody do that to the book? That would have been cool.
Yeah, exactly.
And do it to Wanda while she's dreamwalking.
Why don't you just destroy it with magic from a distance anyway? If stabbing it makes it burn you to death.
It doesn't make any sense. And they obviously...
Why don't you throw the knife across the room? Or drop the knife through a portal on top of it?
Well, it doesn't matter, because now she has the Darkhold and she becomes the Scarlet Witch. Which, by the way...
Or portal the Darkhold into the fucking sun, or the center of the earth, or something.
And so, Wong gives up the location too easily, and then she finds the real temple where she can dreamwalk, and finds the new Darkhold, I think.
Yep.
If I remember correctly.
Wong is the weakest-willed person to possibly be promoted to such a high position.
I was about to say that. Some fucking
sorcerers
5 seconds of Wong, you idiot.
5 seconds of other people getting tortured makes you go, okay, nuclear launch codes.
It's like in Dial of Destiny, but instead of what's the girl character's name? Gosh dang it, what is her name? Helena, instead of her actually giving the Nazis the wrong information, instead of doing that, imagine if she was more like, "Oh no, here's actually the real information you guys are looking for. Please don't kill me." It's like you have such
This
a
might be the first time. This might be the first time in the entire universe that Dial of Destiny was compared to something favorably.
exactly. At least she gave the Nazis the wrong way. Mind you, should have been Indy, but guess what? At least they did something smart. Almost every decision in this movie is just fucking brain dead.
Literally the only smart thing, and therefore the only in character thing Strange does in this movie is possess his own corpse.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention he buries the corpse of himself in someone else's apartment.
How nice of you. Hopefully there's no zombies in this universe, which we now know can canonically happen if they go to the quantum realm for long enough. So, that's something to think about. I don't care if it's a what if story, that can still happen.
But the thing is, one, the souls with a damn thing that shows up whenever he possesses his corpse pisses me off because it's just such a forced way of making him able to fly. And two, he sounds like William Afton as a zombie.
We'll get to that. So.
Did you forget me?
Oh shit! Hit my mic. Are y'all ready to move to talk about Mordo? Because I believe that's what happens next, right? They meet with Mordo.
Yeah.
And then he knocks them out.
With Mordo.
Yep.
And he knocks him out with the team that does the Chamber of Secrets.
The same Disney effect they used in Secrets.
In Chamber of Secrets.
So
even in the video, you did. Like if Multiverse match where Strange in America take tea.
All right.
Oh man, I cannot wait for Harry Potter.
Oh god, I gotta still think about what I would want out of this. I still haven't decided. I'm still sticking with my original idea, but I'm not gonna say it here because we're not there yet. Are we all ready? Are you all ready for this bullshit I'm about to yell about?
The Illuminati? Dude, the Illuminati, they're supposed to be like the guys who
Wait. We're not there yet. We're not quite there yet.
I want to say something before we get into the Illuminati. Okay? So I need everybody to be quiet. The original Illuminati is not what we got in this movie. The original Illuminati did have Black Bolt, did have Reed Richards, did have Professor Xavier. But they are missing two very interesting characters that they could have used in this movie. They are missing Namor, which he appears in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and Iron Man. Could you imagine the unlimited potential if they did bring in a new Iron Man? Not to be like the new replacement, but this universe version of Tony Stark. They did not have that. Instead, we're not there yet. But I just wanted to bring that up. That's a little appetizer. Let's talk about the fact that this universe is literally called 838. And then we now canonically know that the universe that Marvel is in is Universe 616, which, if you read the comics, is the universe that the main comic line is from. Which, if you remember, Spider-Man Far From Home literally makes a fucking joke about.
Wait, doesn't that contradict itself then? Because the main comic line should be its own dimension, right?
Right.
Nope. Apparently this is the adaptation of the comics to movie form. That's basically what they're fucking telling us. No, guys.
Makes less sense when Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
You know that they've connected with Strange and Peter, and the comic version of Spider-Man still has his own universe.
Don't you guys love this? So.
No, this is one of my top 5 worst movies ever.
When we get to worst movies, actually, I'll tell you at the end where I would rank this. And then when we get to worst movies, I'll talk about it a little bit. But we would have this episode to go back to. So they have Ultron bots in this movie, but they don't.
Which
They don't really do
this
anything.
implies Tony does exist, since he made Ultron.
It's either that it confirms that he exists or that Hank exists. Take your pick.
Because
in the comics.
Hank Pym was the one who made Ultron in the comics.
Yep. So it's either he exists or Tony exists, which would just make me ask again, where the fuck are they? If they're not here, then where the hell are they? But no, they don't want to show them off. They don't want to give us. They want to make us focus on.
Well, okay, it's infinite universes. It could have just been another person.
I just wish we would have known, or at the very least, have the Ultron say something to R. Strange. I don't care, just something, because R. Strange never had to interact with Ultron. They could have at least said something, anything at all.
R. Strange?
Yeah, or Doctor Strange, aka 616.
Wait,
He could
well,
have said something. At the very least, like a
wait. Wait, but Doctor Strange. We know it. But Caroline, we know from real life that we must live in a different universe than that Doctor Strange, because he's not real in this universe.
No, I'm not going based off that. I'm going based on who we see. But anyways, I know you know that. But here's one thing I will say. It would be very weird that Doctor Strange doesn't even say anything to the Ultron bots, because he does. I would believe Doctor Strange would know about what happened in Age of Ultron. He would at the very least know something about that. Come on, you can't tell me he wouldn't.
How would you not?
Yeah, like, they literally, like, Ultron in his own movie literally almost destroyed an entire fucking planet. Or, sorry, he almost destroyed the entire town of Sokovia.
Well, and Earth. And the rest
Earth.
of Earth.
Yeah, and Earth, because he was going to
Yeah.
crash down like a meteorite.
Yeah. So...
Clearly, you've never made an omelet.
Clearly you never made an omelet, because you have to crack a couple eggs. Alright.
Is that like the line everybody points to when they say MCU dialogue? I think it is.
Yeah, something like that. It's either that one or another one. Alright. I gotta mentally prepare myself for this one, guys.
It's the characters who are all dressed up as in the thumbnail.
Okay, I'm gonna get one small thing out of the way before we get into this. I know, I'm teasing you. So they mentioned that Captain Carter is the first Avenger. So does that mean that the Avengers do exist in this universe? Meaning,
Well, we know the Fantastic Four does, and
Yeah, okay.
so does X-Men.
yeah. So my only question is,
So is man.
yeah. So does he? Oh my god. So let me ask you this. When they go and fight Thanos, where the fuck are they? Where the hell are they? You cannot tell me the Thing, Human Torch, Medusa, fucking Gornak, Franklin Richard Powerhouse. You cannot tell me none of those motherfuckers would be anywhere near important. Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, any of them?
What else would
Any
they
of
be
the other
thinking
Captain
about?
Marvels?
Jacking off? What else would they be thinking about? Jacking off?
That you are telling me none of them would have been at the battle against Thanos? You know, the motherfucker who wants to literally wipe out half of humanity. They would not have been there. At the very least, for moral support, the Invisible Woman isn't there. We know Franklin Richards possibly exists in this universe. And maybe even to an extent, Franklin Richards' daughter that I keep forgetting the name of. I believe it's Cassie, but I could be wrong. The Wolverine, Cyclops, none of these motherfuckers are here. Where are they? And I'm mad about it because that is so much missed potential to, at the very least, see what this universe is like with a full MCU team. Even if the Thing would have to be complete CGI, even if the Invisible Woman was like just a suit, you know, whatever, just let us see what this universe was like before you fucking rip it away from us.
I don't even see this universe. This universe is lame as hell. It's just a boring ass cityscape.
Yeah, but at the very
Oh,
least,
except there's overgrown plants. I remember that. There's a bunch of plants everywhere.
But at
in the
the very least,
cityscape. Woo!
wouldn't it have been cool to see an entire actual Marvel Cinematic Universe living together? Like, at the very least, I kill for that shit. That shit is cool to me, because then it's like, wow, this universe actually has, possibly, Earth's mightiest heroes? You know, like, the most important people. These are apparently the most important people in this fucking place, yet there's none of them. None of them even appear. Why? Why not just one? Could you not give us at least, I don't know, another Inhuman, another Avenger? Could you at least give us fucking Iron Man? Okay. Breathe in, breathe out. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna let you two discuss for a minute before I go on my rant about the Illuminati, because I'm gonna rip this thing to fucking shreds. But you know what? I'm gonna let Roxy go ahead. You kick us off, and you and Sir can go for a minute. I need a minute to calm down and get a drink. I'll be right back. You guys keep talking. I'll be fine.
Yeah, so they're supposedly the best heroes who can make the toughest decisions, and they're fucking all dumb as shit, including the guy who's apparently the smartest man in the universe.
We'll get to that part once Caroline comes back.
I'm back.
But first,
I'm back.
let's judge their. Okay.
I don't.
Let's get to their introduction scene first.
How they're introduced.
We have.
Yeah, let's go one at a time. I'm fine with that.
Just in one of the most please clap style moments. Smash Bros. Reveal ass scene.
Captain Carter. First Avenger.
The first Avenger.
Hey,
We barely see Reed stretchy powers. He just teleports in and is like, "Hi, I'm the smartest man in the universe." It's accurate to the comic lore, where he's called that, but not in this universe. Where you'll see or hear better.
Can I ask you guys a question? Have any of you seen Have any of you seen Agent Carter? Have any of you guys cared to set
the show?
that? Yeah, the show, Captain.
I've
Carter.
seen the first episode of What If.
No, not What If. Captain Carter. Not What If.
Who the fuck cares about Captain Carter?
Exactly. Why would you put her in the movie?
I mean, my dad does. Says his favorite MCU character is Captain America. So
Yeah.
he probably said that.
He's not even American.
Yeah, it's Captain Britain, which is fundamental.
Which is a country somehow even less deserving of a patriotic superhero than the U.S.
Oh boy. Okay, so we get introduced to.
No, seriously, think about it.
No.
Captain America's big bad is Red Skull, this guy who represents one of the most cruel regimes ever on the planet. And then Captain Carter comes in and also represents one of the most cruel regimes on the planet, except she's a good guy.
Alright. So the next character they introduce is Captain Marvel.
Who the fuck cares?
I know! You know, I'm just saying.
Captain Marvel to begin with. Why did you make a version of her that the people online who hate the MCU because they're pieces of shit are gonna hate even more now because they're racist?
You know, I'm not one to say something so stupid like this.
Well,
but
they're racist, so their opinions don't matter.
Yeah, no,
That's
they don't
true.
matter. They don't matter, but I'm gonna ask this. If they wanted to have like a kind of please clap moment, they could have at least made a comic accurate version of fucking Captain Marvel. You know, that probably would have gotten a few claps. Because, you know, there is no... Because the original comics, I know a lot of people don't care. Oh, I don't care about the original comic. The original Captain Marvel was a guy, and then like I think like he got a girlfriend, which is now the mainstay in the MCU, which is Carol Danvers. So, I don't know. I think a lot of comic book fans would have been like, oh, cool, so there is a male counterpart to, like, that would have made it a little bit different, because I think she's, okay. Let's get off this. Because I'm getting mad, because I'm starting to think about how she fucking dies, and how she dies is one of the...
Dude, there's such a... It's supposedly the best. It's supposedly the best, but there's such a weak superhero team that El Macho beats them.
Okay, hold on.
Single-handedly.
The next character we are introduced to is Vulture, which is, for someone who watched the Inhumans TV show, cool seeing him in a comic book accurate costume. I think that was cool.
Even if it's all CGI.
Yeah. Why would you make it all CGI?
Wait, you hear the X-Men cartoon theme playing?
No, we got one more person to introduce to. Buttigard, one of the best, one of my favorite comic book superheroes, because he is just fucking lit. I don't care. Bro literally comes out of nowhere, and he just goes like, hey guys, and then like everybody dies, and then everybody claps, because he's that fucking base and epic. I can't wait to hear what he does in this movie. Anyways, next we got Smartest Man Alive, Reed Richards. As you can tell, I'm very not excited to talk about this. He's played by John Krasinski, aka Captain Carter and Black Bolt are both played by the original actors from the TV show, which I find very awesome, because that's kind of cool. Too bad I'm not getting into it. Okay.
Everybody already knows that scene, Caroline.
I know, but I'm not getting into it yet.
It was the internet's laughing stock for like a month.
I need to wait. It's like holding the line. I need to hold the line for a minute. So.
And now for the moment you've all been waiting for.
Charles.
And then we hear the X-Men cartoon thing. Da 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 da.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
We are
cartoon-looking hair.
Yep, Professor Charles Xavier, played by Patrick Stewart, aka
the shit emoji from the Emoji Movie.
I'm gonna ask you.
When are we gonna do an Emoji Movie episode?
Never. I
would actually be down for that, not gonna lie.
No, please, give me at least a break. Okay. I know I picked this, so I probably don't deserve one, but please, have mercy. I did this as self-punishment. Anyways, so yeah, we see Charles Xavier, and they tell Doctor Strange that, basically, we had to kill our Doctor Strange. Roxy, why did they have to kill their Doctor Strange?
Oh, because apparently being in another universe means that your universe and that universe might collide. And he possessed versions of himself in other universes to try to figure out how to kill Thanos using the Darkhold. But then he stopped doing that and was like, hey, let's just use the good book of good to kill Thanos. And then they did. But then they're like, oh no, but now we gotta kill Doctor Strange because he did that thing with the incursions, even though he's only in their universe now. And clearly he's not corrupted by the Darkhold because he got to the fucking good book, the literal antithesis of it, as stated in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But, so, clearly he's not a threat. Clearly he's still a good guy, and he even allows himself to get killed by these guys. So, clearly, once again, he's a good guy if he's literally willing to die if he thinks that he has to. Here.
Yeah.
Which also doesn't make any damn sense, because if being in a different universe confuses reality and makes them ram into each other, then shouldn't killing a version of somebody who's in the wrong universe not solve anything, because the fucking matter that they're made of still exists in the wrong universe?
Do you think what they do?
And also, And shouldn't that also mean that the moment that a portal opens between two universes, they're doomed to collide no matter what, because air particles from each one would pass through the portal into the other one?
I think what they mean is like individuals, not everything they bring. I think that's what they meant, but they could have explained it a little bit
Okay,
better.
but why would the universe care what? It's the fucking universe. From like a living being is still a fucking item in the universe. They're made of the same stuff as any other object.
Well, he probably didn't care to write that in. To go on from that, I have a question. So they fought Thanos. And by they, I mean only the Illuminati. Guys, I get it. They probably didn't have the budget. But come on. There is no way in hell that only the Illuminati cared enough to fight Thanos. Like, you're telling me that only the Illuminati went out of their way to go and fight Thanos? And, like, no one else came along? Not even the rest of the Fantastic fucking Four? Or at least some of the Inhumans? Or some of the Avengers? Or maybe some of the Kree in that universe? Or, sorry, the Krills.
Scroll.
The Skrulls. I want to call them the Krill. I don't know why. They're one in a Krillion. Anyways, what the fuck? Like, I know a lot of people are like, you're just writing a bullshit fan service movie. No, what I want is for it to make fucking sense. Why in the world would you not bring your most strongest people with you? Even if you know that you're going to beat Thanos, wouldn't it be a little bit better? I don't know. If
It can't hurt to have backup.
Exactly. Oh, but we have the guy who could stretch and a guy who could throw and a girl who could throw a fucking frisbee. Awesome, great. What a smart fucking idea. Also, why would he? Okay, my question is, why would they even need to read the fucking Book of the Shanty? Why would they need that fucking book? And why would Doctor Strange even need to fucking sleep? Let's call it sleepwalk, daywalk. Why would you fucking need that? Why would you even need that? You have your most strongest fucking guy there. Just have him talk. Like, he's right there. He's right there. It's like, come on, guys.
If the idea is that they didn't want to vaporize that version of Wanda because she was possessed, I can sort of get it. But, like...
Oh, God, the fight. The fight
Do you want the fucking universe to explode? You're willing to kill Doctor Strange in America even though they didn't do anything wrong.
No, not only just that... Why in the world would you think it's a good idea to kill... Why? I'm meaning with the Thanos battle. Because the Thanos battle does matter. I don't care what anybody says. That is this... In that universe, that is their endgame. To an extent. Because there is a threat that is... There is a threat out there threatening their way of life. And threatening to snap away half of their world... they use the most dangerous way to kill him instead of using fucking Black Bolt. Black Bolt is right fucking there. You're telling me they couldn't just use him? Maybe he had a sore throat that week or something. Who knows?
No, because he killed Doctor Strange right after.
You're right. You're fucking right. So you're telling me?
I'm sorry. And
Which,
kill
by the way,
Strange for that.
By the way, that was a cool way to show his powers. Too bad he doesn't use it ever after that. He does in the TV show, but he doesn't use it. He doesn't use it as much for very obvious reasons in the TV show's universe. So, shall we get to the fight scene?
Oh,
Oh wait, hold on. Before we get to that, real quick, when the compound gets breached, Charles Xavier just has a fucking full-on 180 and goes, "I believe in you, Doctor Strange." Like, you fucking, why didn't you say that when everybody was in here? Like, come on, man. Help him make his case for why he shouldn't be fucking murdered. You know what I mean? Like, am I the only one who thinks that?
Also, by the way, one more thing.
Hmm.
If as soon as you learn what an incursion is, in that case, shouldn't shouldn't that mean that Chavez literally has to find her home dimension as soon as possible? Otherwise, she could possibly kill infinite people.
Yes, but she doesn't do that, and we'll talk about the ending later. So, oh my god. Sure. Tell us about how they have to deal with Scarlet Witch.
You're like, stop. You've possessed an innocent woman. Like, I know what it feels for fan. Do they have a mother? Yes. Good. Someone will be left alive to raise them. Don't
Oh yeah,
Black
yeah. By
Bolt
the way,
kill you.
Wanda knowingly destroys a family, yet was supposed to feel bad for her later in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, we'll get to that too.
You
But
know that Franklin Richards exists in this universe.
well,
That would have been the only time. I remember you got so mad at that.
what?
Trying that.
By the way, not just that, I want to mention one more
This could have
thing
been the only
before
time
we
we
fall.
had
Hold on.
Franklin Richards on the big screen and wasted it.
Yes, I want to
You
go
remember?
over. Oh,
We were in a scene. We got mad at that part, especially.
okay, let me tell you why that pisses me off. That
Oh,
is the
okay.
only time, real quick, and then I'll throw the mic to you, Roxy, and then we'll go back to what we were saying. This was the only time that, like, before Fantastic Four First Steps even, like, was shown off, or, like, we even knew what the fucking title was for that movie, we only knew that Franklin Richard existed in a universe where his dad just got fucking spaghettified. Like, you're telling me Powerhouse over here is now going to raise without a father. Awesome.
The smartest man in the universe.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
You get to the moment. You explain it, Roxy.
Okay, what I was gonna say is just you like how just before they fall into the other dimensions in the first place, Doctor Strange is like, "Yo, Wanda, what's gonna happen to the family? What's gonna happen to the mom of the kids you usurp the family of?" And then Wanda's like, "Whoa." She looks sad for a moment, and then she just doesn't think about this ever again. I guess she didn't fucking process the question. Why did she look sad then? Because when later in the movie, it's clearly a shock that the children are upset that she wants to kill their fucking mom. Big surprise, I know.
I know.
But
it's so dumb. So, Roxy, you want to explain what?
oh yeah. So the Illuminati accept Patrick Stewart show up in Patrick instead of Professor X. The entire Illuminati except Professor X show up to confront Wanda, and then immediately Reed Richards is like, "Oh yeah, by the way, this is Black Bolt's superpower," and then Wanda's like, "Okay," and then she uses that superpower to kill him.
Which doesn't make any fucking sense because I don't think skin is stronger than bone.
Okay, one, the smartest man in the universe. So why would he? So obviously he shouldn't give that away. Two, on the next hand, shouldn't Black Bolt be immune to its own superpowers due to the fact that sound travels in all directions? So he'd automatically get hit by sound when he uses his powers anyway.
It shouldn't just bounce off his fucking. It shouldn't just bounce off his stinking body, like his skin.
No, but
it should bounce.
Yeah,
it should like go through like another orifice. Also,
the lack of a mouth shouldn't hurt him at all anyway, because the fact that he doesn't get killed when using his own powers, which are sad and move in all directions, should mean that like everything except his mouth opening doesn't get hurt by his powers, right?
Well, like it's more the fact
like
of
only whatever he's talking to directly.
When he speaks, it caused a disastrous amount of like a shockwave effect. And mind you, it has so much force it can flip a police car. And like like literally one word from his mouth killed his own parents. Like he killed like in the TV show, you know what? Before anybody said, "Did you know it's an universe version?" This is the only version I've seen of fucking Black Bolt in any live action adaptation. So, I don't care. We're gonna just go based off that. He was able to flip a police car, and in the show, it showed that him just saying "why" in a soft and like a concerned tone was able to kill his parents in a blink of an eye. So like that you would think that your body would be like it would go right through your skin unless Wanda used some kind of voodoo magic to make it bounce off his mouth, but it doesn't look like it. It's not like she put a fucking rubber ball on his mouth to make it bounce off of his vocal cord. It doesn't make any sense is what I'm trying to get at.
Well, also, then just also another issue. Who the fuck talks like this? Black Bolt can destroy you with one word from his mouth. That's in no What universe are you from if you're gonna say that fucking sentence? Nobody would ever say that. That's not a way anybody would phrase it. It's so forced just so Wanda can have the comeback where he goes, out.
Yeah, exactly.
So dumb.
And guess what, folks? If you like Reed Richards, I can't wait for you to find out what happens to him. Instead of going like, what the fuck, and trying to either get the hell out of there, or at the very least try getting someone else to help because now their all-star player got fucking killed. Instead, he's like, alright guys, I got an idea. I'm gonna stretch
I'm gonna grab her.
I'm gonna grab her.
I'm gonna grab her.
It's like...
I'm gonna grab her, and then Wanda's like, gonna make lots of spaghetti.
It's like if an alligator bit the head off of your friend, and your first instinct is to fucking tackle it. Like, what the fuck are you thinking, you idiot? Like, alright, guys. So our all-star player just got fucking murdered.
Okay, you know what? So my friend just got like trampled by a bull. So I'm just gonna run at the bull because it's a fucking bull. I'm sure I can fight it.
Yeah, if my all-star powerful friend can get killed by it, then surely I have a high chance of killing it. You're a fucking idiot. How are you called the world's smartest man alive in your universe, yet you do something so fucking reckless? Okay.
Can we, in the thumbnail when we're all cosplaying as the Illuminati, can we all just be dead in the ways that they're killed in the thumbnail?
My mouth is just like completely taped over, so it's just
I'm
spaghetti.
half.
No, we'll put that in like the end of this video. We'll just show like a picture of us after all this. Like what the?
So what? I'm cut in half. Your head is fucking gone.
My head has a big dent in it.
No. Compared to us, Roxy, you got it off easy.
Yeah, I mean.
I mean, wow. The deals with death there were half off from my point of view.
Yeah, while me and Caroline died in the most horrifically Disney brand way possible.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Anyways, so.
Man, I always wanted to be short. I always wanted to be shorter, but I didn't have this in me.
What was that? What was that joke from? What was that joke from Gravity Falls? It's like when I was.
Yeah. That's what I was referencing. Where it's the wax figure of Groucho Marx.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna reference the scene from like regular Mordecai's.
So this was like to be Rigby.
Huh. So this is what it's like to be as short as Rigby.
So after that, we get a huge fucking fight scene with the Illuminati versus Captain British and fucking I don't even know.
Plank of wood.
Yeah, plank of wood, or here's a better description. Captain Shazam. They just fucking fight for like a couple hours, and then basically Doctor Strange is like, This is kind of dumb, actually. And then Charles Xavier's just fucking gone. It's like, he
Oh
left.
yeah,
Why did he
And
leave?
he doesn't even care his friends are dying and shit.
wait, we didn't even
Well-
talk about how Captain Marvel died. We literally
No,
forgot
no,
about her.
no. We'll talk about how they die here in a minute, because like before that, we cut back to Strange and Mordo talking, and Doctor Strange is like, "Well, you know, you hated me in my universe," and it's like, did he? I don't really remember the Doctor Strange movie, like, they had that deep of a connection with each other, because Caecilius was the fucking villain! Just saying.
Yeah, I was like, why are they acting like this guy was the antagonist
Yeah,
of the first
like,
movie?
Caecilius and Dormammu were the two main villains of that movie. Not this guy. I don't even know what this guy is. What are you even doing here? You only appeared a little bit in the original movie. So anyways, we cut back to the fight, and how are they not dead? How the fuck did Reed Richards and Black Bolt die in like one hit, yet Wanda is struggling against a fucking weaker, or it's not really weaker, it's I think the same amount.
She's just a British woman on steroids!
Yeah, I was literally about to say that!
Jetpack.
Literally,
It's like-
oh yeah, my bad, she has a jetpack. I forgot. Also, okay, so you have a frisbee player on steroids and lesser Superman. Like, that is what you have. Like, what's your plan here? What is so good about this team? How is this Earth's mightiest heroes? Mind you, we haven't talked about Professor Xavier, but we'll talk about him in due time. And then
Also, I'd like to mention Captain Marvel, whose superpowers are so strong she can blast through an entire spaceship, just has a fucking statue fall down on her.
and that's enough to kill her.
Yeah, and like she can tank a hit from a power stone, and yet that's enough to have a statue falling on her.
Awesome, such a great use of this character. And then fucking Captain British over here gets fucking melee fucking Fox shield move on her. Fox's reflector from Super Smash
It's
Bros.
sliced in half, like her shield is Kung Lao's hat from Mortal Kombat.
Exactly. And I like how you don't even see that it cuts through her. You just see like a close up of her face, and then she flops over. And it's like, what the fuck?
Dude,
It's so
You always see a little bit
somebody-
of blood on the shield.
Yeah. And then, oh yeah,
Oh my God.
we forgot to mention that,
You know what would have been cool? You know what would have been cool if you want to have a death where a character gets disassembled like that? What if Wanda used her reality bending powers to turn her into like some sort of plastic toy, and she fucking disassembled that toy? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to work with you,
no,
movie.
it's like a Lego she makes her a Lego statue, just knocks her over. She just breaks in half, like stone.
Or like what Thanos did with the reality stone when he fucking cubified Drax.
Exactly. And turn Mantis into fucking...
And turn Mantis
string.
into spaghetti.
More like,
But like,
Only
I don't know. I'm trying to work with you, movie. You clearly don't know how to think creatively. What I did sounds ridiculous, but at least it's something. You know what I mean?
Instantly turn them all into spaghetti. I keep thinking.
What if
No,
she?
instantly.
What if she
I've had
turns?
this conversation before. Like, you just use the reality stone to instantly turn them into cupcakes and eat them all. There, you win.
hey,
What if she turns? What if she turns Captain Carter into like some stitched doll and then pulls the stitches out?
here's an idea. Why not have it be
But
where
I'll turn
all of
her
her...
insides into
What if-
stitches and rip
What if
them
you
out.
just? If Wanda, you know, maybe I wouldn't be so hard on you if you were as a villain. If maybe your way of doing this wasn't directly harming people. What if she just like? What if she just like turns them into? What if she just turned them into like rabbits or something?
No, okay, you know what? If they wanted to do the whole Wanda is extremely strong and dangerous, why not have it be where the Illuminati believes it's not that big of a deal to fight them? And then when they go down there to fight, it's a fight for their fucking life. It's not an instant kill. Making it where it's like a struggle for like even like any of them to survive. Like Black Bolt's trying to scream his way out of it, but instead like before he's even done screaming, have it be where Scarlet Witch rushes over and grabs him and like suffocates someone to like the floor. He tries screaming more, and that's like the entire point. She's trying to make him scream as loud as he can so he can destroy the floor underneath, and they just have it be a whole ass fucking fight.
Well, okay, you know what'd be cool? If they wanted to make Wanda sympathetic later in the movie, they should have just made it so that she's able to take out all these people without actually harming them, which I said earlier. What if she just fucking pushed like a TV mute button on Black Bolt?
Or just anything other than this. Or at the very least, if they want to make her sympathetic, have her at the end of the movie, when she realized what she did was wrong, have her go back and use the book to bring them back to life. That book apparently has endless possibilities. That can't be like just, oh, that's the only thing that she can't do.
And also make sure that she like takes those soldiers that she killed earlier and like also the ones she trapped in the mirror dimension. Which we didn't think if they got out, by the way.
Yeah, they're probably just stuck there. But don't think about it. Okay, so while American Chavez and the alternate universe of Catherine are both like, whoa, she's coming, guys, what do we do? And they're like, I don't know. And then all we hear is just, enough. And then we see Professor Xavier walk over and does woo, and oh my god, I'm about to lose my shit. The mindscape that Xavier has is clearly his own. It's not Wanda's. He goes into her mind. Meaning that no one else can go in. Meaning that when you are getting mind controlled, you can't really fight all that much back. That's why Magneto wears a goddamn helmet! You idiots! How do you forget that?
Scarlet Witch is wearing some like metal thing on her head too.
Not in that scene.
It's maybe like a crown rather than a helmet.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's not in that scene.
Yeah, she doesn't wear it until she becomes the Scarlet Witch.
Patrick Stewart's directed terribly in this scene, by the way. Like Sam Raimi's a good director,
but he was horribly mashed into this movie in a very bad way. And obviously, the only reason why he was so everybody could clap like seals whenever they saw him in the movie theater, because of course he is
exactly the guy who I like.
Yeah, and I think I told Roxy this, sir, but do you think that you would hate this movie even more if you watched the original X-Men movies before it? Because of how...
Probably would.
What? What'd you say?
Yes, I probably would.
Exactly, because you got to see a competent version of Professor Xavier actually doing good. And by the way, we moved this episode to where X2 was originally going to be. And if you're wondering why, it's because I didn't want this to become outdated. And by the way, Professor Xavier's really fucking good in that movie as well.
In this movie where he gets his neck snapped, he's number 2. He's number 2. He's number 2.
Oh god. So then...
But there's an actual joke in the Emoji Movie.
I know.
Where they walk out of the bathroom with poop and like, we're number 2.
Okay. To move on from... So then Xavier fucking dies in a comedic way. And then... we see a fight between Mordo and Doctor Strange. And somehow he was able to get out of the magic bracelets. Because, I guess, sure, why not? Why the fuck not? Why wouldn't you be able to get out of those with just a cut of a magic sword? Like, that makes sense.
Almost like, yeah, you know, that me when I'm put in electric-proof locks, so I electrocute them so I can get out.
Exactly. It makes total sense.
Me when I burn down the fireproof door with the flamethrower.
Yeah, because that makes so much sense, guys. I promise. So, anyways, basically, he reunites, and Mordo never comes back after this. He just kind of. What?
And he's the only one who doesn't die.
Yeah. I mean, Scarlet might have walked over and went, "Oh, cool, you're here?" Stab. And killed him. But, like, I bet he was probably like...
For no reason.
He survives. Everybody else dies. Fuck any of these characters that you love. If you love these characters, you're dumb. That's how it felt the entire time watching this movie. It's like, oh, you like these characters? Well, how about we just snap, kill, burn, throw a shield at him, fucking cover his mouth so then he fucking...
Okay, nobody loves Captain Carter.
Or Captain Marvel. It's literally just the ones I like. Like, they kill everybody but, like, they kill everybody in the dumbest way possible, except the ones that nobody really gives a rat ass about. So...
Maybe they were trying to make them look cool for the sake of making the MCU look better or something.
But still, like, they had the rights to the X-Men at this point. So, like, it doesn't even make any sense on that account. So anyways, yeah, they're dead. We'll never see them again. Hopefully. I don't really think I want to anymore. I was kind of an advocate for wanting to see them again, so then they were given their just desserts, but no, I don't want that anymore. Oh boy, so the Illuminati. That was a pretty lengthy, angry moment.
The Illuminati all dead. They try to
almost like it's a middle finger.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Only for to get kidnapped and in a dark universe with a dark Strange. I say that because we have Strange and his girlfriend. I forgot her name.
Clarissa? I feel like it was
Clarissa, whatever.
I think I said Catherine earlier, but I didn't even know if that was right.
I don't know. I don't care.
It's not in the mountain area.
You know what? Let's just call her a different name for the funny. Okay, Kathy. So her name is Krista.
Krista, okay. So Krista in Doctor Strange... Oh, American Chavez gets taken by Wanda, and we fully get to see the witch. By the way, they shut the door on the motherfucker who was able to break through blast through doors. Are you stupid?
And wait for her to break through.
Yeah, like, she broke through multiple of them.
Like, are you fools?
You guys are
Don't just stand down.
Yeah. And then, not only that, when they die, it's like, when they die in the dumbest way possible, and then, like, you know, they don't do anything to try to stop her. They don't try doing anything at all. They just, oh, we better keep running, guys. And it's like, she's going to catch up. She could just teleport to you. And then whenever they find the Book of the Shanty, they literally get, American Chavez literally gets...
Oh, but Doctor Strange can teleport. Even without the sling ring, he teleports Thor around in Thor Ragnarok.
Exactly. So why can't he teleport now? And it's like, oh, well, that would just make it way too broken and way too easy. Fucking write around it! You're a writer for a fucking reason, you idiot!
Doctor Strange was already a broken character.
Yeah, just because he had portals.
He was a likable broken character, but he still makes the stakes not mean anything.
And then, like, whenever that happens, whenever we see American Chavez get kidnapped by Scarlet Witch, we get back introduced to Wong, who's trying to climb up there. Even though he should still, at the very least, be able to teleport as well. Doesn't he still have...
He should have... No. He says that he can't sling ring up there because apparently... Because of some bullshit where he's like, oh, well, our sorcerers were never supposed to be able to go up there, even though he uses his magic up there in Doctor Strange, uses his magic up there later in the movie.
Oh, well, they can't use their powers.
Dude, as soon as Wanda throws it the cliff, before he's even fallen any length of distance, he pulls out his magic to try to grappling hook himself to the side.
They're so tricky to write down, because if you get them so wrong like this, it just comes off as lazy writing.
Okay, have you ever seen Lord of the Rings? Gandalf's a pretty good magic character because he's a wizard, but only really in name. He's not really all that powerful.
Wow, this
Yes,
movie.
Gandalf
Like
is a good
the most
example of
Hey,
this.
the most crazy thing he does with his powers, other than fight the Balrog, which was a big action thing where he almost dies and like literally has to collapse a bridge. The most fancy magic he pulls outside of that is literally just making one person's knife or sword or something hot so they drop it. We have no implication that he can do that for the entire army. He just does it to one guy.
mm-hmm.
You know?
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
This movie is so bad that Roxy is literally saying something good about Harry Potter. That's fucking.
No, I said Lord of the Rings. I said
Lord
Lord of the Rings. Lord of the
fucking,
Rings.
I'm an idiot. My bad. My bad. My bad. Sorry, guys.
Lord of the Rings, I actually really like.
You know that makes way more sense why you hate Harry Potter. Okay. God, I'm dumb as shit. Sorry. My bad.
No, I hated Harry Potter before I ever watched Lord of the Rings.
Oh, well, that makes it even better. Okay. Okay, so they go up there, and then Scarlet Witch, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you," and America Chavez is like, "Mm-mm," and then
Punches her.
punches her.
And the reason
No.
reason she punches her all of a sudden, the reason she suddenly has the bravery to fight back or do anything other than fucking is
God, we.
no. So the reason why she does it is because Doctor Strange possesses his own corpse in this universe, which actually I think that's kind of a cool Chekhov's gun. I'll give the movie that.
Yeah, it does look cool.
And that's actually in character for Doctor Strange to do. He would be smart enough to think of that.
Yeah. Too bad the rest of his action isn't very good.
Yeah. And then and then he's like, "Oh, Mayor, you gotta protect me when they come for me." He doesn't even tell her who, and then she's like, and just anytime we mention the nurse, let's just call her a different name that starts with a C or a K. So then Candy goes, "Who's they?" And he goes, "The souls of the damned." Why wouldn't you just tell her that immediately, you fucking idiot? The movie wants so badly for the souls of the damned to be a cool line, but it's not. It's tacky.
It's stupid. So,
but then in the souls of the damned thing, it's clearly just there so he can turn the souls of the damned into a fucking cloak and fly up instead of having to climb the thing like Longwood. You know?
Yeah. So
yeah,
I guess to go off of this,
and he gives America a pep talk as a zombie who sounds like William Afton. He's like, "And you can kick that witch's ass."
one
we're at the climax now.
With the climax, the biggest thing that happens is Wanda realizes that her kids wouldn't like her because she's literally not her fucking mom. She tried killing the mom, which fucking obviously they wouldn't like you.
And once again, Strange literally asks her about this earlier in the movie, and then she thinks about it for a second. So why didn't she just come to this kid? Shouldn't the movie just ended there?
No, we gotta still have plot, I guess. It's so ridiculous that she didn't even think, like, for a second, maybe killing an alternate version of me would be a very bad idea, because then if like the kids are there,
if you're so desperate that you're willing to go to another dimension, which on top that doesn't even make sense, because go find somebody to fuck you or adopt or go to a sperm bank or something, or even you can probably just ask Doctor Strange to fuck you right then, and he'd be like, okay, if you're not gonna kill people, sure.
Alright.
Sure.
It's like, I'll have sex with you if that means I have to save the universe. That is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is a character who's willing to make sacrifices like that. I mean, obviously that's not as big as letting half the universe die for 5 years, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, so what, even then, if you're so idiotic that you have to turn to the multiverse with your explanation, what if one of the boys gets sick? You have to make reality magic. Just make the sickness go away yourself, you fat sack of crap.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
So dumb.
But so then, okay, if you're so desperate you're gonna turn to the multiverse, go to one where their mom's already dead, where they actually need a mom but don't have one.
No, we couldn't do that, because then there wouldn't be a conflict and a reason why she shouldn't do it, other than incursions.
No, but not only would that mean she doesn't have to be a supervillain, that would actually be heroic.
Yeah. She would actually go out of her way to bring life, or not bring life, but like, to be the mother figure for for possibly children who would have forever been without a mom.
In a foster home,
Yeah.
maybe.
But no, instead we continue with this bullshit of, oh, good guys, oh, you don't understand. She needs.
But it has to be this one universe out of infinite ones.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, she says, "Oh, they exist in every other universe." I know because I dream about them all the time. It's an infinite universe. It's an infinite multiverse. You fucking. Ah! That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it doesn't, because
Also, by the way, the idea that dreams are like seeing alternate dimension versions of yourself, that's fucking horrible because okay, who here like does that mean that if you have like a dream where you're doing like incest or something, that means that some version of you in another universe is actually doing it?
like that's horrible to think, or like murder or anything, like just anything bad. Like you murder like a family or something, and that.
Well, okay, I said incest because I feel like that's like one of those things where it's such a disgusting taboo concept that everybody watching this, regardless of like, will automatically just immediately feel disgust, which is one of the most powerful emotions.
Well,
Or at very least, we hope they feel disgust.
yeah. So basically, Scarlet Witch dies.
One person
The
watching the
Scarlet
video,
Witch
Just
one
goes-
person
Really
watching
good.
the video just fucking nutted.
Strange for there he make a sweet line from Strange where he tells Chaka that he loves her in every universe.
Oh yeah, yeah, and then Chloe is like, "Wow."
Wow, maybe you strangers aren't all the same. Yeah, Giselle. I'm trying to think of names. It's
And
gone.
then of course, because of incursions and stuff, Klondike goes back to her own universe. But then America Chavez and Strange just stay there, even though America Chavez is a threat to their universe. And I mean, obviously, it's stupid to say that stopping, like, if you're not jumping between dimensions, you shouldn't be a threat if you're in your own universe anyway. But with the Illuminati killing their own version of Strange, would Strange not at least think, hey, wait, am I also a threat for being here because I also did the body jumping thing?
Yeah. Alright.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I think that's it for like the main plot now, ain't it? I did want to talk about the post-credit scene. If you guys don't care. Should we talk about
Oh yeah,
I didn't care enough. I didn't care enough to watch it.
You didn't watch the post-credit
No,
scene?
that's not the credit scene with the third eye. That's just the end of the movie. Also, the version of him, the incel version. We didn't even talk about the incel version in the Incurred universe in the fucking Wanda stabbing the good book, which also does that. But like, is it implied that there's only one in the entire multiverse? By the way,
I think there's only one in their universe they could
But
get hold
so-
of, probably. But yeah, Incel Strange isn't really much. All he does is basically, I'm evil you. and then he kills him.
And he has a somewhat
And
cool
they
music battle, but
like
that's it.
that's cool in concept, but it's also really stilted in execution.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
blink, boom, boom, boom. It's like what the fuck? Sorry, I hit my mic. That was such a weird battle. Okay, let's talk about the post-credit scene. I want to explain it to Roxy. Okay, Roxy, you want to know what the post-credit scene is?
Isn't it Bruce Willis going like, "That's all, folks"?
No, no, it's something else. A girl walks through a portal, tells Strange, "Hey, you know you fucked up the multiverse," and then he's like, "Yeah, I did." And then they're like, "We gotta go and stop and fix it," and he's like, "Yeah, you're right." And then they both walk over and they're like, "Are you ready for this?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." And then they both go through the portal, and then that's the end of the post-credit scene.
That's so lame.
And you know, I would think like that would explain why we haven't seen Doctor Strange in a long time. Because I mean, obviously that would make the most sense. But at the same time, come on, what the fuck is that? Like, and like I feel like that sets up Doctor Strange 3, which we might be getting, we might not. I don't know what we'll be getting out of this movie because of how fucking shitty it was. But hey, here's to hoping, I guess. And that, ladies and gentlemen,
That is our recap of Multiverse of Madness.
yep, the
We
multi.
hate it, all of us.
Yes, this is a movie that we can all.
Oh,
I'm going to start with Roxy on this to give everybody. Roxy, what would you give this movie on a scale of 1 to 10? Go ahead, you start.
Okay, well, I mean, once again, it's awful. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I'd give it a fucking 0 if I could, but it's a 1.
It's a 1.
Because out of principle, 0 isn't even a score I can give, unfortunately. So, but I would like to for this movie, but I won't, because it's a matter of principle, and well, you know, principle means you can't choose when to and when to not.
All right, so that you would give it the coveted 1 out of 10. Sir, what would you give this movie?
let's. Let me think. It's a 1 or 2. It's
Yeah.
yeah. It's dog shit in every. Well, every
I thought you were about to say it's dog shit in every
in
universe.
terms of writing, aside from like 1 or 2 moments that I liked.
All right.
I thought you were gonna say it's dog shit in every universe.
It's dog shit in every. No, but no, I do believe there's a universe out there where this is good, and a universe out there where I have a girlfriend.
A universe we'll never live in. All right. I'm gonna give my number score. This movie is genuinely what I would call the worst Marvel movie of all time. Worse than Fanforstic, worse than X3, worse than Dark Phoenix, worse than X-Men Origins Wolverine, worse than all those. Because unlike all those movies where they have other movies that you can kind of look at and go, oh wow, you know, maybe this franchise isn't so bad. This ruined not only Doctor Strange, not only did it ruin for a long while my opinions on Black Bolt, Reed Richards, and Patrick Stewart as the coveted character Professor X. It made me lose almost the entire faith I had for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This movie is awful. God awful. A movie that, honestly, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, for all the shit that movie gets, at the very least, there is one small thing I like about it, and it's the idea of introducing the idea of where Janet was during the events of all the other movies. Still an awful, godforsakenly bad movie. But Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is 30 times worse because of what it does to not only all the characters I mentioned, but also what it kind of stands for this entire franchise at this point. It's disappointing, it's
Yeah,
awful, and it's garbage. It's a 1 out of 10
Multiverse of Madness.
right
I
next.
didn't mention it in the video, but Multiverse of Madness is what made me finally give up on the MCU.
Yep, and that's valid. Now, we will be watching another MCU movie, and I think you might like it. I'm not going to say what it is because we're not to that point yet. But I think you already know what it is just by the fact that we're covering all the X-Men movies. Okay. Whew. Good to get this one finally off
Oh,
the
that was a
bucket
lot
list.
to get through.
Yeah. Too bad I couldn't do my. Too bad I couldn't do the 6-hour-long video I wanted to do. But you know what? 1 hour and 50 minutes is fine. Yeah, we are kind of recording this at a weird time because currently, Roxy is going back to college and Sir is starting up film school. So, you know.
That, restarting since I'm in my 3rd semester.
Yep.
Film school now.
Alright. So, next time.
Almost next time on the Vulture podcast.
Trust me, we are going to talk about possibly something good. Let's see what we got on the list. The next episode, episode 38. Oh, I guess we're still technically
45.
What?
Or is
No,
it 30?
no, because remember, switched X2. X2 is now 44. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is 37. Yeah.
38 is Batman Arkham Asylum.
This was actually Sir's pick. And,
Jumping from a bad Marvel thing to a good DC thing.
I'm very, I played this game over on my Let's Play channel. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, plug, plug. After that, episode 39 to get into the holiday spirits. Jingle all the way.
Yay!
I know, Roxy's very excited to talk about Jingle all the way. And then episode 40 is Roxy's pick, which is top 5 worst protagonists, which I'm very, very happy that we're doing.
Should I make a rule that we cannot include any character from a series we already talked about in worst villains?
Yeah, we can make that a rule when we get to it. I'm fine with that. Like, if...
Because, okay, except for the honorable mention.
Yeah, of course. Honorable mentions are always acceptable to the rule.
Because like, you can't, like, if it's worst villains, a lot of them are already bad pieces of media, so, like, if I go in and I say, oh, Harry Potter is one of the worst protagonists ever, I'm just going to be talking about Harry Potter again.
Yeah.
Who wants to watch that?
So basically, just no repeats from series, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
So I couldn't pick, like, if I wanted to, I couldn't pick Big Boss from Metal Gear Solid, because I already talked about the boss and best protagonist. Right? Like, I mean, I feel like that's fair. And then I'm not going to go over 41 to 45 yet. You guys are just going to have to wait till next time whenever we decide to give you the answer. Thank you all for watching this episode of the Vulture Culture Podcast. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. What are you doing not doing that already? We will
if you didn't enjoy, why are you still here?
Yeah, why are you still here? Why'd you listen to this whole entire episode? And if you are, just leave a comment on why you didn't like this episode. Special thanks to these two, aka Sirplayalot and RoxyReviews. You can find both of their, like, where you can find them down in the description below. Along with that, you can also find out where I am down below, which I am normally over on YouTube, but currently, by the time of this recording, I'm taking a break. But, thank you all for listening. Follow my Blue Sky for more information on episodes, and we'll see you all next week for episode 38, Batman Arkham Asylum. Goodbye!
Bye.
Goodbye, hi.